A warm welcome back to the Western Wilds on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Straight off the back of the last episode, I have leased a larger roller than the Gutler Matador. Is it Matador? The Gutler that I used last time. I have bought a front tank. It was the, I want to say the FH2200. It was part of a pack with a Vaderstat Tempo. So I've bought one of those, 2,200 litres. I've leased a Lemken Solitaire 12. That's on the John Deere. That's over another plot. That's putting barley in the ground now. So I'm rolling here on our sugar beet field. I'm not sure if this needs fertilising again, actually. I know there was a lot of spots sort of dabbed all over it where it didn't seem to have taken. I don't know if that's not necessarily where there were trees. We will have a quick check though, because I want to make sure. Yeah, that's going great guns over there on the barley. I had a bit of a hiccup in the corner. It was still on wheat. That was my own fault. But how are we looking? Yeah, it needs rolling. Yeah, look at all the patches that are missing. That's going to need another fertiliser. So that's what I'm going to carry on with for the time being. Once that's done, I'm going to turn my attention to what I'm going to do next. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to start cutting our original plot of grass, because I might as well. Once it's cut, I can get it windrowed, I can get it collected, and I can put it into our grass dryer. I can then either decide to put it as silage, or we can start on our production of hay, because once our wheat field's ready, like I said, straw is something I need. Once I've got my hay, silage and straw, I can do total mixed ration for cows, so we can get our cows underway. We can get a cow barn, cow shed, cow pasture. I haven't quite decided what we're going to go with yet, but one of those options is going to be the route we're going to be heading down, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. I've still got the tanker I leased, the Mantrid tanker. I haven't given that back, because as my grass dryer is changing everything over and silage is gradually being produced, I'm going to be taking loads over, so I might as well keep hold of it for the time being rather than giving it back, releasing it, giving it back, releasing it. I'm going to use it over the course of the day, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll see you later on once this is mulched. I'll stick the fertiliser in the back of the pickup again. Actually, I can stick it on the back of the our Fiat, because it'll pull that no problem at all. Maybe that'll be our fertiliser trailer. That can do fertilising and lime, that kind of thing. Maybe. It's coming along. That's the main thing. It's 11:07, which means we're nearly halfway through January. As you can see, I've got some conveyor belts. I'm going to be taking the digestate. We are at the start of our industrial revolution. Not quite on the scale as I'm 3 industrial revolutions. I mean, considered industrial revolutions since the late 1700s. The invention of the steam engine being one of them. Science and mass production. Henry Ford with production lines and things like that, considered to be the second. And the third being the rise of digital technology, the internet, that kind of thing. I'm not on that scale. We're not. It's a mini industrial revolution, but we're at the point where I'm going to buy some land. We're going to put what will be the second sawmill. There's a sawmill sell point, but sawmill north. A third sawmill. This one will do beams. Beam me up. As you can see, our grass field has been cut. Now, I used our self-propelled mower and I used our windrower. Every 3 rows, I rode the outside one together, and then rode the 3 into one. So that's good to pick up. That'll all be going into here as well. I'm going to do that in a little while, not right this moment. My focus is to get this digestate in, processed, biomethane sold, big chunk of money, and then we're going to buy the next plot of land and we're going to get our sawmill. I have at the back of the property, here as well, I need to buy some actually. I have placed, sorry, off camera, diesel tank, because we're going to need fuel. A lot of the vehicles are running pretty low, so I'm thinking if we go 5,000 litres to start off with. Yeah, let's buy 5,000 litres of diesel. That should last us a while. And at the back of the property, I don't know if you can see from here, you probably can't. I've put in the first of our. I was going to put in like a blockhouse, like ranch workers sort of thing. We've got it's like a mobile home, but a bit more fixed. We've got a stone base around the bottom of it. We'll get inside and have a look at that later on. When the new sawmill goes in, all of this lumber I've cut down already is going to go to that one to get the process run on that. Until we get the next step in the line for those going where we're going to need beams, I'm going to store the beams. The planks I will sell monthly as I have been doing. So that process will roll forward. And I'm thinking if we do pretty well with the digestate, I need to buy another plot of land with trees on, because I'm pretty much out of forestry. So we're going to need another plot for that as well. So what I'm going to do now is drive this under. We're pretty much good to go. These are the standard in-game. There's nothing particularly amazing about these. It's just standard conveyor belts, but I've got just over 100,000 litres. I think 101,000. Yeah, ended up within it. It was just under pre-US Forest Service coming through. So we should be right. A couple of loads, 2 and a bit loads. We'll get that processing. So, just trying to think, when will I see you next? I suppose when we're ready to build, I guess. I hope something grows through here in the next month or so, because this is looking really weird. Really weird. My other option would be to plough it all out, grass it, but I think it's going to grow back. Although it's going to grow back patchy, but like I said, if I've got other placeables to put on, that was the thing I was going to do. You know what? I'm going to pull the trigger on that as well. Now we're going to go to productions. Going to go to greenhouses, and I'm putting in another one of those. We want it that way round. Going to put it in line with this one. He says, there we go, that's about right. Is it in line with that one though? I think right there. When we're roughly, let's zoom out a little bit, that'll give us a better. I don't think we're straight, are we? I'm going to do soybean with that one. So what I want to do as well, what was it under? I've done this every single time, haven't I? It's under silo extensions. Put one of those. Excellent stuff. I'll get that topped up and we'll get that going in a bit. Have we run out here or is that still chugging? Still chugging. It's all good. So yeah, I'll take this over, get this going. I need to check out, that was the other thing I was going to do, because I puzzled myself, didn't I, in the last episode. I do need to take some more planks up there. I keep saying planks. Lumber. It's producing planks. It's probably down the bottom now. I've said this before, it's the only downside, I guess, to production chains. It's the amount of, here we go, eggs. in storing. It's weird. That has that no spawn thing. I guess to avoid having more pallets out on the map. I think that's happened since the pallet thing, hasn't it? Whereas before those, sorry, I'm talking. If you haven't watched the episode, I've got one of those part of the Zoddle storage sheds. I've got a storage shed for my egg pallets, and it's got to the side of it. When I did it on Calmston with my honey ones, it puts 3 pallets on the outside, then stores them all inside. But I guess those 3 pallets on the outside are still there. So to avoid that being a problem, I guess that's why I put that in. Nearly there. Which is stopped just before I fill it. Okay, so I've got stuff to do. I'm going to buy... Actually, we need to do that first. Not that one. I'm going to buy this one here, I think. And I'm thinking we'll either put the sawmill inside this... Because I said about this being a kind of industrial estate, industrial park, central on the map. So that's our first purchase. We've got to buy that. That's already been cleared. So I might put it in here where the animal pens were. I might put it on the outside. I haven't really decided, but we'll put it in there. Then any subsequent ones that are for it are going to go in there. I'm also probably, like I said, Industrial Revolution. I'm probably going to put in not an oil mill, but a small oil facility. It's an Tana one, I think it is. I'm going to put in one of those as well, so we can start taking our sunflowers there, and we can start producing oils as well. Farm dog loves sunflower oil. Don't know if you can hear him. So yeah, I'll see in a bit when this is delivered, when I've got that silage camp empty. Obviously I've got 508,000 litres processing. I'll take whatever I've got in my hayloft dryer building, and then probably off camera I'll grab another loading wagon. I'll lease one. I'm going to clear our grass field. I have got to fertilise that again. Once the grass is cut, you get one fertiliser state, and then you fertilise it again, and it will just keep... Someone asked me the other day, do I need to reseed? No, grass will just keep growing. It will come up needs ploughing every now and again. It will come up needs lime. In all honesty, you're better off just leaving it. You don't want to have to keep... Because every time you do that, if you plough it, lime it, reseed, you've then got to wait however many months. I mean, you have to wait for it to grow anyway, but it just kind of makes more sense to not just leave it to grow, regrow, grow, regrow, and... You know. All good. It's quite exciting. The next expansion phase. I'm not expanding at the farm site. Yeah, cool, isn't it? I think I'm going to have enough money as well. Mind you, that sawmill I want to buy is 125 grand. It's not cheap, but if we want to make that accessible for people in the local area, if we can draw more people in, it's worth the investment. Can't do better than invest in bricks and mortar. Probably can. Shares in Microsoft back in the day probably would have been a good one. Well, that went well. We've done all right. I am going to, this whole process, I've suddenly thought, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh yes, I'm going to do that. Sawmill's going in. Oil production's going to be going in. I don't know actually whereabouts it. I'm going to have a look. I will go airborne and I will have a look and decide. There will probably be some building noises. We get that. But I'm going to swap out my fermenting silo. As it stands at the moment, I've stopped production of the fermenting silo because I can unload from the spout just the grass that I've put in there. It's going way too slowly for my liking. If I go into my build mode and productions and we go to our factories, the one I bought, I don't know why I bought such an expensive one. It was 100,000, and it will take grass and it will make hay and silage. Oh, that was why, because the hay. I don't mind tedding actually. I know. But next to it, we've got this one, the Hessian fermenter silo. That will take straw, hay, grass, and chaff, and it will make silage. And it's way cheaper. And I'm sure, I'm trying to think, Fruling, this has got one, hasn't it? I'm sure it's going to be faster. And then I might look for a cheap alternative for drying. Because I'm sure there are some dryers. Yeah, there's a whole load of different stuff. So I'm going to swap those out at some point. I will put in the new one. I will transfer the grass from the old one to the new one. Sell the old one. And then I'll bring all the grass off the field and put it into the new one. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. So, bear with me. Let's get our new sawmill. Sawmill number 3, please. And some oil production in. That I've got to bring over the sunflower oil I've got. We'll bring over the lumber I've got. I have to load that into the trailer actually because that's all still on the floor, and we'll get those going. That's again. That was my plan in my head. Get those bits done. If I can get the new fermenter silo going really quickly, I can keep racking up the fundage, so we can keep rolling forward with the next productions and whatever it is we're going to do next. I might do. Oh no! Until the crops are grown, I can't do cows because I've got no straw. And I'll need to wait for the grass to grow again to do hay. I suppose that's the only downside of that silo. I need to look around for a cheap silo that will dry down and make hay. Yes, that's what I'll do. Okay, should we have a look? 125 grand. Our new sawmill is in. And this one will do beams and all sorts of cool stuff. Oh, that's the point. I need to put the storage building in. Maybe I can put that next to it here. I've got to remember where. Is it here? Where's the access point? I thought it was here. Hang on a second. Oh, I was right by it. There we go. Wood beams. Beam me up. Scotty. Oh, bark mulch as well. I forgot about that. We'll get bark mulch being produced too. We'll get planks going because I can sell those until we put in the next productions, because obviously the beams I don't need yet. Once we do, I can start producing the beams instead of the planks, have the North Sawmill doing planks, this one doing beams. If I then move on to doing barrels and pallets, paper and cardboard, that kind of stuff, I'm going to need mixtures of everything. So that's the next step. I'll get a load of lumber in, we'll drop that off here. I don't need to put in the storage for beams yet because I'm just going to do planks to start off with, but that's our new sawmill. And over here we've got our new oil building. Like I say, this is an Tana one. Little small cottage industry type thing. We'll bring our sunflowers here and we'll get some sunflower oil being produced. So our little industrial complex. Again, I'm fascinated in my head to think, I wonder what it's going to look like in, 3 episodes time, 5 episodes, 10 episodes time. What other productions will we have here? That's cool. So I've got to go and get a load of lumber now. It's all good fun, isn't it? I'm off. I've got stuff to do. I will buy the plot next to it, actually, at some point. Like I say, I'm going to swap those silos out. Oh yeah, I've got to do that as well, switch those stuff over. And we'll see how quickly stuff produces, because if it's producing silage a lot quicker than the one I've got now, I'll be able to get some more loads delivered. I also need to get a tree harvester. I'm thinking of going for the, there's a kind of budget version, isn't there? Lizards. I want to say 5 something, my mind's gone blank, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe we'll do that. Actually, while we're here, we might as well have a look. I'm trying to think, where can I put it? I might put it just next to the shed, although that I'll lose the drive-through ability there. That's not a bad idea. That way, when I free up space there, I could put in more greenhouses along the front. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So, under build mode here, let's go to productions. Let's go to factories again, isn't it? Here it is. And which one was it? We'll get there in a minute. It was that one there. If we swing that around and say put it here, next to the shed, it's not taking up much more space. So what I will do, I always forget, I put that on just because I want to see where the various different points are on it. I don't want to make a mistake. Go to place it, oh no, they're both in the front, that's alright. Make a mistake and then suddenly think, oh, I really should have, oh, that's got a lot closer than I thought it would. That's pretty cool, let's just put it there. Boom. So what I'm going to do now is transfer all the grass out of here, put the grass into there, we'll get that chugging, and then I will get all the grass off the field, put that in there. I need to then take my lorry and my logger trailer up there, get the 3 loads of lumber, take those to the new sawmill, and then we will... Oh, I need to fill that one up, get that going. Oh man, I've got so much to do. And then we'll get this going on sunflower as well as this one here. I think I've got 7,000-8,000 litres already in storage, another 1,000 there. We'll get that running as well. Brilliant. It's all looking good. It's all looking good. I'm very happy. Progress is stellar. And again, I'm just going to say this again out loud. I know people will say he's 10 episodes in, he's already done it, he's got a load of money, it's easy now. I have put in so many hours. So many hours of logging, so many hours of cutting the grass and windrowing it and collecting it and putting in there for the silage for the first compaction. I started off with me and a tent. You know, I've put a lot of hours in to get to this point. This hasn't just been a I've cheated in 3 million and bomb, placed everything. That's not how this has gone at all. And we've got so much to do, so many more animals, more livestock. I probably want to do pigs, I'm thinking. There's more forestry I'm going to need to do. Yeah, we're just getting started still, right? In my mind, we're just getting started. We've got the whole rest of the map to fiddle around with, you know? It's brilliant. So what I'll do now, let's grab the trailer, might as well use the pick up while we're here. Let's start transferring some of that grass over. I was very acutely aware. My mower, that John Deere 2280, the fuel economy in that is appalling. I mean, alright, I've been up and down a few fields and I did all around here and that kind of thing, but it's so much lower than the rest of the vehicles. Horrendously low. So this is going to be a kind of telling point here, isn't it, to see when I put a full load into there and get that and going. It takes up less space as well. And if I can find myself a nice dryer for doing hay, or I can just do it as I should and ted it. Just cut my grass, ted it and put it in, you know, just being lazy. Well, it's not necessarily being lazy. I really want to use all the new gear, you know, anything that's new and cool, and I just want to try it all out. There we go, tip that in. So we'll switch on to that. Let's see how that goes. That's going to be down the bottom now. Canola, there we go. So we're putting in grass silage. A 1-to-1 ratio. I don't know, it could be just as slow as the other one, in which case, but then that said, I'm actually going to make some money back on this because that cost 100,000, that cost 15. So once I finish getting all the grass out of that and I sell that, I'm going to get a load of money back on that as well. So yeah, you know, it's all good. How are we looking? I think it's faster. I think it's faster. Didn't really think this through, did I? Oh, I don't. Things are looking good. I have got a full load here on the lorry, which is about 2.5 of the 3 piles. I've still got a little bit up the back there, but I think that's going to go up to the north sawmill, or I might put some in for wood chipping. This has now got everything in it, and we demolished the other fermenter, fermenter dryer. I could end up spending more money, but it is actually working very well. If we go down the bottom there, there we go. We've already got 5,000 litres. The other one did 30,000 in a day, pretty much. So we're gonna, yeah, it's much faster. So that's processing. I'm very happy with that. The second, the 6th open garden is in, and what I'm going to do once I've got a full pallet here, because we're at 949. Once another full pallet of potatoes pops out of there, I'm going to switch that from potatoes to sunflower. So these 2 will be sunflower, these 4 will be potatoes. That one I've already switched over, and I've taken the pallet of sunflower away. So with that being said, the sunflower I had in storage plus the sunflower from there is over at the oil mill. I haven't put it in yet. Oil production, it's not factory really, but there's 9,000 litres, so we can get that going. So happily, we're moving forward. I'm going to put this in. We're going to get planks underway as well. Like I said, we'll do beams and stuff later on. I've got to be careful at this point not to overextend myself, because with I've got just under 50 grand for selling the other fermenter, so up to 336, and obviously I've got more silage being done, and what I'll do off camera is I will gradually be taking that over, creating methane, selling the methane, keeping the money up. But my fields will be ready to harvest at some point. I say at some point. They will be, not necessarily soon, but at some point. I want to get a tree harvester, tree cutter, and I thought, oh, I'll stick down the next production building, you know. But the problem is, I'm going to need a harvester. Now, I could lease one, absolutely. I might be better off if I've got a bit of money to buy one, because we're going to need a harvester moving forward. I'm going to need money for... Whoa, that was close. I nearly turned too sharply at speed then. Thought the whole lot was going to roll over. So, yeah, we're in a position now where financially we're okay, but I'm not a multi-millionaire. I can't just go, yeah, let's buy anything we want. We can't. Am I in a far better position than I was when I started? Of course I am. We've got bigger equipment, we've got more equipment, we've got more land, we've got more ground, you know, we've got crops in the ground, we've got productions being done. Everything is looking very good, and I'm happy about that. But I'm not, pardon the pun, not out of the woods yet. So these will go around the sides here. Well, I don't know if this is going to fill it or not. I can't remember what the capacity is. But the thing with this, I've been getting around 60 grand for a full load like this at the train yard. But as we've seen from the lumber that I took up to the north sawmill, I'm getting far more from the planks, because it produces, that one up there produces planks every month. I'm making, well, 30 odd grand, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending. And I've barely used the lumber I put in there. I know I keep looking at it and saying I need to put more in. I'm at 86,000 of 95 or 100. So, and I've done, what, 3 months, 4 months worth of planks? I keep saying pallets, but so what I'm going to do, turn that on, because I want to get that right. I want to be in the right place. I think we are, but I'll just make sure I'm right over. And we'll get this one going as well. Yeah, so the 60 grand I could make from selling the logs, which I have been doing just to build up my money, I can make far more with planks. So for the time being, it'll be planks until we get the next production in. When we get the next production in, then we will crack on. That's not as much as I thought it was going to be. I might go back and get the rest actually. We've got 68,000 in there. That's enough to get us going. So what we'll do, click on there. We're not going to do wood beams yet. Like I say, we're going to do planks. Yeah. Oh, we get bark mulch anyway, don't we? Bark mulch and wood chips. It's me saying turn it on or off. You can't, can you? It's the recipe. I'm looking across there thinking that's what we turn on or off. It's this that we turn on or off. So wood planks, we'll get going now. That should start going. There we go. And this is fast. Wow. Okay. Seriously fast. And we've got... The other one takes 100,000 litres. We're at 68,000. Look at the top right. It's barely any... I need to fill this thing up. Because look at the wood chips as well. I'm just going to honk stuff through all this. Let's get an absolute load done. This is going to be amazing. So, right, while we're here... I've got a planks already. Oh, man. That's nuts. But awesome. Oh, we are going to make so much money. The 125 grand investment in this, yeah, I think it's going to turn out to be absolutely well worth its weight in gold. Although that being said, my pallet limit, we're going to hit very quickly because we're knocking on the second pallet already. At this rate, I wonder how many this is going to produce in a month. It's going to be a huge amount. Yep. Okay then. Right, well, let's get our sunflower oil in, and then we can get our sunflower oil underway as well. Done a little bit of landscaping around here, put a bit of gravel down just to, you know, make it look gorgeous. Like that. Right, click on there. Sunflower oil. Let's go. Sunflowers in. Sunflower oil will be produced. And as my open gardens produce more, we'll bring it over and we'll get it in here. So we've got eggs now. We've got honey going. We've got planks going. Potatoes. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, we're doing all right. My mini industrial revolution is underway. I think my next purchase is going to have to be a tree harvester, but that is going to be in the next episode because that's what I've got to do. I'm going to do a ton of lumber and just try and fill this sawmill up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying the progress. I am. If you are, if you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.